right, everybody, welcome in. A little special reading I wanted to do. Mercury is going into retrograde, as you probably know, January 14th. It's going in Aquarius. We're going to have 4 Mercury retrogrades this year. The final one starting like December 29th, so it's just before the year ends. But the first 3 are all in air signs, okay? And as you know, Mercury is connected with Gemini. It's connected with the air signs anyway. The Magician I see as Gemini and dealing with air signs. It is about communication. The 3rd house is ruled by Gemini. So this Mercury retrograde that's happening is in Aquarius. It's going to dip into Capricorn for a little bit, but starting out in Aquarius, and that energy of Aquarius is about surprises. Aquarius is connected to Uranus. Uranus is still in retrograde. It's going to go direct pretty soon. But at any rate, the Aquarian energy is about vision. All right. So this can have an impact on people with air signs, a lot of air in their chart. Okay, number 1. But number 2, it can also cause you to feel a little bit like twisted around when it comes to your vision, when it comes to where am I going, what am I doing with my life, right? And so some of you can dip back into Capricorn and put yourself into a different energy. Capricorn is the energy of hard work. And instead of creating ideas, you could put yourself into a different kind of work altogether, which has to do more with more labor-intensive kind of work rather than coming up with ideas. I don't think coming up with ideas is hard, labor-intensive work. But if you are an earth sign, you may feel that ideas or vision is hard, labor-intensive work. So it might be kind of backflipped for you a little bit. Those of us who have a lot of air energy might feel like we're a little bit having a harder time with coming up with ideas or being able to see our broader vision for our life. So just so you know, that's what's coming up January 14th. Mercury is in retrograde every year, 3 times. This year, like I said, it starts a little bit, almost 4. And the air signs are really going to be impacted this year. It only lasts 3 weeks, and we all know the stories about like, oh, my email went to the wrong person and stuff. So you just have to be careful. But you could also, the flip side of this, the positive side of Mercury in retrograde, a lot of people are born with Mercury in retrograde, and I am one of those people. And so sometimes my backward logic or my backward thinking about things can actually come up with a new idea, right? I can be thinking about something totally different and out comes a brand new idea. Or I can be trying to solve this problem, and my thinking is backwards. I'm not thinking about it correctly. And so Mercury retrogrades can kind of turn me around and be like, hey, this is how you need to be thinking about this. So Mercury in retrograde can be a positive thing, okay? All right. The universe wants to co-conspire with you. All right. Some of you may be backwards thinking about like, oh, I can't manifest what I really want right now, or there's no launching anything. Mercury retrograde makes sure that like don't start anything during Mercury retrograde. Your 11-year-old self, this is your creativity and your fun and your joy. There may not be a someday. This is the Day of the Dead, memento mori. This is about doing it. So some of you may put things off during Mercury retrogrades because of what I just said, because things could get messed up. You just need to take some extra care. Don't put your life on hold for 3 weeks because Mercury in retrograde happens. It's not something that's going to serve you. And I also think this 11-year-old self thing, I think I might want to read this to you. Let's see. Your 11-year-old self. It's a very cool little card here. I kind of love it. Right? Let's see. That little boy or girl inside of you never goes away unless you stop letting them out. Then they wither away inside. They're your magical inner child with a mischievous little grin and a sparkle in their eyes. Your 11-year-old self wants to play, explore, and feel safe. Your 11-year-old is also more perceptive than you realize. They know when they're safe and they know when they're not, and will create armor around their hearts to survive. How would you treat an 11-year-old? Coax your magical child to come out and play. So this is very much an energy of being in the moment. And with that energy of retrograde, just be a little careful. And also understand that weird ideas can come from weird places. So if you think, like, remember what I said about dipping back into Capricorn, like you have to really work hard at something. Sometimes going into play is going to bring you the idea you want. So instead of, sitting down at your desk and, trying to pound something out, why not go do something that sparks your creativity? Why not bring out your paints and start painting and have a good time? And who knows what is going to come of that, right? It can be, some idea can come from anywhere. All right. I love the air energy with Mercury in retrograde because it is, to me, this is just my personal take on it. It does feel a little bit aligned because ideas and thoughts can change on a dime. So earth energy, not so much. Earth energy takes a while to turn itself around. So you can take advantage of the fact that this air energy, this Aquarian energy is where the Mercury in retrograde is. And then when we get into Capricorn, when it moves back into Capricorn, I think it's the 22nd. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's the 22nd. You may feel a different quality, okay, of energy. So underneath is the Four of Cups. I'm going to do a little different spread here for you. You're showing up as this Strength card. So things may take courage right now. You may need to put out some effort and really be inspired by what you're doing. You may show up as having courage, right? These ideas that are coming through, to put them out in the world, you may show some serious courage to do that, okay? Wow. Look at that fire sign energy here of Leo and Aries. And let me lay this out before I go talking myself into a corner here. 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Wow, look at that. There's the Capricorn energy. All right, I got you. Beautiful. All right, 10 of Swords in the past. That's where we want the 10 of Swords, right? In the past. 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Beautiful. Justice energy. 2 of Wands. I really like this. Hi, Charlie. So the universe is trying to bring in a partner here. All right. There's a lot of cup energy here. There's a lot of cup energy. The only air energy here is this justice energy. This makes me feel like you might meet somebody while doing something creative or doing something a little bit different than you normally would, right? The unconventional Aquarius energy. There's no time like the present. I talk about my father a lot when we talk about Aquarius, and especially when we get this Aries energy or this Emperor energy, which is father energy. Just like Capricorn is father energy also. It's like if you have the type of internal father, we're talking about internal little children, but also there's a parent in there, right? There's a parent, an adult, and a child inside of you. And if the parent is somebody who is, hey, let's give it a try. You can do it. Some parental guidance that's coming through you that is very nurturing, right? If you have that internal child or internal adult, internal parent, then you can really go far. Showing courage, this is being supported by that internal adult and parent, okay? And it does feel like to me that love is all around you. So any ideas, any thoughts you have had that you like, oh, well, love isn't coming my way, or I don't know when love is going to show up for me. I keep going back to the same kind of relationships over and over again. It's time to expand your thinking. It's time to see a new kind of relationship. I almost feel like there might be somebody who you were dating, or a pattern that you had that is over, and you might dip into it a little bit because we're going in retrograde, right? And Venus is still in retrograde till the end of the month. You might be dipping back into that pattern again, and that may feel like, oh God, I'm stuck again here. But there's purpose to it, okay? There's something else to learn. And I feel like it has to do with courage. I feel like it has to do with like, oh, I see something now. I'm dipping back into this old pattern or this deal with this person. It's over, and it makes me feel safe to go back to them. Maybe they're a secret. Maybe this is a third party. But what you're doing in this Mercury energy, in this Mercury in Aquarius in retrograde energy, is you're coming up with new ways, new ideas, new thinking, breaking out of your box, breaking away from old patterns. And then you can see this Capricorn energy as putting in the time and effort now. All right. So I have the idea and it's coming through me, and I'm putting effort into a different kind of relationship. I see how I used to do it. It's almost like it's being revealed to you. All right. Like things are being revealed to you. If you've been manifesting, right? If you've been co-creating with the universe, a 10 of Cups, you are being granted. All right. Whatever you have been co-creating, you are being granted that wish. At first, it may feel like, is this the right thing? This person is coming back in, or this pattern is coming back in. I don't want to get stuck in that again, right? So this Aquarius energy can help you kind of backflip out of it a little bit, can help you see clearly, can help you. Some of you may make a mistake, Mercury retrograde, and reach out to somebody, okay? And you may reach out to somebody like, I'm wanting to create love in my life, and there's no time like the present, and I'm gonna move forward. And some of you may be reaching out to someone who is not your future, let's just say, someone who is your past, and that you may see as a mistake. You may have that moment of like, what did I just do? Why do I, or you answer somebody who's reached out to you, who's come from your past. And you're like, oh God, why did I do that? The Aquarius energy is trying to get you to break out of the old pattern. So there's a reason and a purpose for it. I do feel like love is trying to come in. Don't worry if someone comes back around. Venus in retrograde, people come back around. It's going to be your choice. You act like just because you're talking, you send an email or something like that, and then you go, oh God, why did I do that? You're acting like it's some kind of permanent, like now you have to go through it again. You don't. Now you can be like, oh, oops. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to reach out to you. Or it can be like, well, good to talk to you. I hope everything's great, right? Like, just like get yourself out of it. And it's because you know that it no longer aligns with this 10 of Cups anymore, okay? You could be dealing with a Libra or an Aries or a Leo or a Capricorn. I'll take a look at those. I'll keep going with this if this is your reading. But the takeaway for me with Mercury in retrograde in the air signs are things can be fixed like that. So don't feel, when we get into the Capricorn time, it may be a little bit slower and you might have a harder time, turning on a dime. Like Capricorn doesn't turn on a dime, okay? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini turns on a dime. And you can do that too. You can be in that energy of, whoop, all right, I'm going to not do this anymore. All right, so let's see where we go. I want to get more information about the person that we're talking about here. Libra, this too, Libra and Cancer. Libra, Cancer, Aries, Leo, and Capricorn. Interesting, all right? I will take a couple of cards on those and we'll see where we go. All right, if this is your reading, Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius, January 14th, oh my God. If you want to continue on with me, there's a link below. See you over there.